Hello, I'm Liz Lumley of Finextra, and today I'm speaking to Daniel Szmukler of the Euro Banking Association. And we're going to have a bit of a talk about the EBA's role both in Europe and globally. Now, a lot of people agree that the industry right at the moment is under a constant amount of change. So how does the EBA really foster dialogue in this environment?
Yes, as a key body on European payments and also selected transaction banking issues, we foster that dialogue firstly within the membership by setting up working groups on special purpose topics of interest to the community at large, by doing research and analysis on these topics, by fostering thought leadership, and then also dialogue at our educational and networking events like EBA Day. So essentially, we run within the working group a number of streams that then result in the publication of research papers and also in the recommendation of business practices to our banks to alleviate the obstacles that we see either in the operational and the technical space of the banks or to highlight the unintended consequences that we may detect in the regulatory sphere. And so that consultation process essentially is done within a closed user group environment within the membership, working group by working group.
So then how does the EBA work with pan-European and global organizations to further these discussions?
So in the wider dialogue we have with other industry bodies and also with the regulatory authorities, we basically contribute to their thinking and to the regulatory process with the analysis that we have done or the research that we have done within the membership. Essentially, we also participate in a number of bodies, be it at European level or at global level. But the core value proposition is that the EBA can issue practical recommendations to ongoing legislative processes that will have implications on the payments or transaction banking business. We always see it from a pragmatic practitioner's point of view because in a number of instances, regulation can yield to unintended consequences, and then the industry would obviously have to find a way how to mitigate these consequences to live up to the spirit of regulation and to be fully compliant. That could be one example. Another example at global level is in the area of business practices or standards, where different continents take different approaches to cross-border payments. And we basically contribute our viewpoints, which are country neutral and non-sectorial, that facilitate as well the discussion with banks on the other side of the continent and also in other areas of the world where euro payments or euro-denominated payments are in use.
So which significant European and global organizations does the EBA work with to achieve these goals then?
Well, at European level, I would say, firstly, we have the Payment Systems Market Expert Group. That's a group led by the Commission that essentially looks at consultations with the supply side and with the demand side for payments on legislative acts that they wish to propose. It touches on issues like also fraud prevention. So it's an interesting platform for exchange of views, which we participate to. Then we have the European multi-stakeholder forum on invoicing, touching more on invoicing issues and trying to promote the broad adoption of invoicing across Europe. Here, of course, we do have an interest in participating in these discussions as we have done a lot of research over the past years and have contributed to the formulation of guidelines in this field. Then we have the EPC, the European Payments Council, still very much interested in the evolution of SEPA. And here we are very active in a number of the EPC working groups and also stay, of course, committed in deploying the next phase of SEPA, as we call SEPA 2.0. And then we have SMART, the SEPA Migration Action Roundtable, and that's a roundtable that is led by us, or we support it logistically, but essentially the banks still meet up in that forum to discuss operational and technical problems they experience within SEPA 1.0. And
still work to be done.
Still work to be done. And at global level, let me highlight the Global Supply Chain Finance Forum. That's a forum that touches on supply chain matters. In particular, as member of that forum, we wish to create a harmonized market terminology for supply chain products and services. And we do that in association with the International Chamber of Commerce and the Banking Association for Finance and Trade, and of course, related specialized organizations or associations in the field of factoring and forfeiting.
Excellent. Daniel, thank you very much.
Thank you.